You can start now.
Thanks, Misa. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to this webinar, Akuvox. Discover the new Akuvox SmartPlus and administration by the cloud. So, thank you for joining us this morning to take your time to listen all this essential information. Here with us is the engineer Marcos Chacon. Marcos, welcome. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Nice to meet you.
Thanks, Marcos. We are going to give around 2 minutes. Just wait if anyone is going to join to this webinar. So let's wait a couple of minutes. Thank you. Yeah. Before to start, just a quick reminder. We have all the stock in all the branches in USA. Remember that we have branches in El Paso, Texas, San Antonio, Miami, and Orlando. So if you have one project that you need to sell right now, you can call your sales agent, and we have stock available in our of branches. So Marcos, I think we can start now. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Miguel. Well, hi everyone. Thanks for welcoming us. Well, I'm gonna start talking a little bit about the Akuvox Cloud, how the Akuvox Cloud works, right? Well, first of all, I want to let you know that Akuvox Cloud works different. I mean, there are different layers in the Akuvox Cloud. The first one is the distributor, okay? The second one is going to be the installer portal. The third one is the property manager account. And finally, the end users. So in order for the installers to get an installer access to the Akuvox Cloud, this access must be provided by the distributor, okay? So as soon as you get any Akuvox device from your distributor, you can request an installer portal to them in order to start deploying Akuvox projects, all right? If as far as I can see, I'm sharing the installer portal. Miguel, can you let me know if you can see the installer portal right now?
Yes, I can see it.
Good. Okay. There are three different ways, three different type of project that we can deploy in the Akuvox Cloud. The first one is the community. The second one is the office project, and the third one is a single family project or single family site. Right. I'm going to focus on community and office project because single tenant, the way it works is similar to community. All right. So I want to focus on these two in order to take advantage of the time that we have. Okay, this is the first thing we see in the Akuvox portal, in the installer portal. For community, when it comes, you can click new for starting the new community. So after clicking new, you will have to fill up this information, such as community name, community address, the time zone, date format. Okay, it's very important for you to know the community name because if something happens with this community, you can let us know the community name to us in order to be troubleshoot. I mean, if there's any issue related to the license, you can let us know, hey, I need you to double check this community because they are having issue with the license. That way it is easier for us to focus on the issue. The second thing that I'm going to let you know is the feature plan. There are two different feature plans, the basic and the premium. Okay, the difference is the following. If you choose basic, it means that you are going to push the community to use a monitor per each apartment. So let's take an example that we have a building with 10 apartments. So if I set the project to be basic, it means that I will have to use 10 monitors, a monitor per apartment, in order for people or for tenants to get the license, okay? But the license will be free. So if you use a monitor in basic plan, the tenants will get the license for free. But if you use the premium plan, it means that the tenants are no longer, they can choose between getting the monitor or just paying the license to use a SmartPlus application. So in this case, you have more flexibility if you use a premium plan, because you can tell them that, okay, well, if you want to use a monitor, it's okay, you can do it and you can still using a SmartPlus app. But if there are some tenants that don't want to use a monitor, it's okay, because they just need to pay for the license to get access to a SmartPlus. So this is the main difference between basic and premium plan. Then we have the landline service. Here it says the landline service is a premium feature. So what this means, if we set the project to be premium and we enable the landline service, it means that you can use your landline number to receive the call as a backup. So you can set the apartment, because you can set it up for each specific apartment to receive the call in SmartPlus. But if the people don't pick the call in SmartPlus for any reason, I don't know, maybe the end user doesn't have access to internet or something like that, they will receive the call in the landline as a backup in order to pick it up and press the DTMF code to unlock the door, okay? Because this is going to be allowed. And so the end user will allow people to come in by pressing, I don't know, maybe numeral key or DTMF assigned to the relay. So that's the difference. Or you can also choose to call directly to the phone through the landline service. So you can have 3 different ways: SmartPlus with phone as backup, or calling directly to the phone number. That's how landline service works. Okay, so after getting this done, let me move this. Okay, when we click on Nets, I'm going to do it here. The moment we click Nets, you will see different options. For example, video storage, which may be on or off. This will allow property manager account to storage video calls between the visitors and the end users. Okay, these calls will be recorded in the property manager account. In order for property manager to download this information in case that it is needed, okay, it will record on up to 10 to 15 seconds, the video call, right? Then community calls, this will allow people to communicate among them using the SmartPlus. So if you disable this option, which is disabled by default, people won't be able to call each other or among them through the SmartPlus app. But if you enable this one, people can go to SmartPlus to press the option to call to somebody, to maybe through a SmartPlus app or a monitor or any device within the apartments. Okay. Then permission of access control management. Okay, you can see that there's public plus private area and only public area. So what it does is the following. When property manager assign a PIN code to an end user, this means that that PIN code assigned by the property manager will be applied to public area and private area if we set it up that way. But if we set just public area, that PIN attached or assigned by property manager will only be applied to public areas. I'm going to let you know really soon what is the difference between public area and private area. Okay, the content display order, in case that we're going to use R29 or any device with a touchscreen, that's the order how it's going to be shown in the directory. The tenant list, this is how it is going to be shown. First name, or last name and first name. Then ping access mode, well, ping or apt plus ping. This is like a double authentication method, okay? So if the installer set the apartment to be 101 and the ping assigned to the tenant is 2025, it means that in order to get access to the community, must be entered this way: 101, which is the apartment number, plus 2025, which is the PIN code assigned by the property manager to that specific tenant. Okay, we're not going to use AccuWell Smart Home so far. This is in order to use domotic, but this is not the focus of this. So I'm gonna skip this one. But just for you to know that in case that you enable the AccuWell Smart Home, it means that the whole community will be turned into Acuvela, which is the domotic brand of Akuvox. This is the latest one. The latest feature is scan indoor monitor QR code to register into the app. I always set it up for off because I mean there's no difference between. Any case, people can get access to the application by scanning the QR code directly from maybe a screenshot, or they're going to get the code into the email, so tenants can go to the email address, search for the QR code in order to get access to it, or maybe using the credential, the password, and the username provided by the Akuvox Cloud. So this is not really important. And there is one more thing that it doesn't show up here, but it will show up to you, which is the possibility to assign the property manager or end users to get a message if there is a device that goes offline, or in case the license is about to expire. Okay, so 15 days before license expire, the property manager will get a message telling him, hey, this account or all these accounts are about to expire. We need you to renew this license in order for people to keep using SmartPlus services. Okay, this is something that I don't have here because I'm from Latin, so it's kind of different. Okay, third-party integration with Dormakaba. Okay, Dormakaba is a smart lock brand which is integrated with Akuvox Cloud. Okay, here in the dashboard you can see the installers can create the property manager account for those people who are going to handle the community. This is the way. For example, my name Marcos Chacon. Okay, the email address where the property manager is going to receive the credentials to use the property manager account. Property manager account can be accessed through ucloud.akuvox.com. So it's the same URL for logging as an installer, but also as a property manager. Okay, but with the different credentials, of course. So let's say Marcos Chacon, or well, let's say Akuvox company@gmail.com. So when I click submit, it tells me that I don't succeeded and the password is going to be this one. So I'm going to receive this same password into my email address, akuvoxcompany@gmail.com. So after coming to akuvoxcompany@gmail.com, I will see this one in order to get access to my property manager account using ucloud.akuvox.com. Okay. How do I set, or how do I add a property manager to a project? Well, coming here, I just click on this icon, property manager, and just need to edit. In this case, if I click here and click add, you can see that I'm adding Marco Chacon, which is my name that I already registered, to be property manager for this community. When I click on submit, it's going to be done. And somebody's asking or is wondering, hey, what is this? What is the app? Okay, there are two ways. Property manager can access to the property manager portal using ucloud.akivox.com, or they can also use the SmartPlus app. Okay, if they are going to use the SmartPlus app, just remind you that this is also a different license, okay? And they will be allowed to log into SmartPlus with a similar interface that end user can get. Okay, disable it. I'm going to disable it right. Then we can come here to the installer portal. Here we're going to start to deploy our Akuvox project, right? And how it is done. Okay, I'm going to create a new one just right now. Test Akuvox. Okay, community is going to be okay. United States. Okay, let's say Orlando, Florida. Florida, Orlando, postcode. I'm going to make it up. And street, Orlando. Okay, this one is New York. Okay, that's this. Okay, premium. Click. Okay. Okay. When I come here, this is what you're going to see, the public area and nothing else. So we're going to start to perform the project by adding our first building. The first building is going to be maybe IPCOM. It's going to be the building name. So this building, you can also start creating the apartments, right? So let's set up the first apartment. Okay. So you can start by adding the floor number, maybe floor number 1. Okay, the apartment number and the apartment name, maybe APT1. Okay. Here it says that it is a unique number that visitors can dial on the door phone to reach the resident. So it's very important this number to be different for each apartment, because what happens if there are 2 apartments with the same number? But at the moment, if I set number 12 for 2 different apartments, the moment that I press number 12 in the door phone, it will call both at the same time. So it is important for you to set it up different number for each apartment. Apartment name, okay, this is how it is going to be shown in the directory list. All right. So if I set apartment 1, I'm going to see apartment 1 when I search in the directory. If I click Akuvox APT, this is the way how visitors will see the directory list. So this is just for you to know. Okay, contact preference can be set for sequence call or group call. Okay, this doesn't, I mean, for installers, it is not really important to set the contact preference right away, because master account from SmartPlus can modify this information from SmartPlus itself. So if the master account of the apartment number 1 doesn't want to use the group call, but want to use the sequence call, they can do it from SmartPlus, okay? And they can set the way how sequence call will work. Okay, so this is not extremely important to set up. Okay, now the call type. Okay, for the call type, let me modify this right away, because I need to show you something. Online. Okay, I'm going to click. Okay, apartment. Okay, new. Okay, floor number 1, apartment 1, APT1. Okay. As you can see, I just enabled the landline service, and this made the call type to be even longer. So there are many different ways to call. The first one is SmartPlus and monitor, which means that when somebody press the dial button to call the apartment, it will call as a group call to SmartPlus and indoor monitors at the same time, in case that people are using both. If I set phone and indoor monitors, it means that it will call directly to our landline number instead of a SmartPlus, because that is the way that the installer is sending this apartment. But as I told you, this can also be modified from the SmartPlus master account. So if they want to start using a different way, a different call type, they can modify it from SmartPlus. And the third one, these three ones are the most used. SmartPlus and indoor monitor with phone as backup. It means that it will start calling SmartPlus, but if people don't answer the call in SmartPlus app, well, it's going to work like a sequence call. So, well, I'm going to try to reach the tenant to SmartPlus. If in case that I can't reach it, I will try to reach the tenant using the landline service. Okay. So this is but like I told you, people can modify this anytime from SmartPlus. And this is the master account. Okay. Well, zip account. I always recommend to use zip account, the zip call, because mostly people use the monitor with their own Wi-Fi network. So main door phone and monitors, they are not mostly into the same network, and that's why I always recommend to use zip call. So that's for me is the better way to work with Akuvox Cloud, since mostly all devices are into the different network, because that's an advantage that Akuvox Cloud has, which is there's no need to deploy all the devices into the same network to reach them anyway. So zip call always. Okay, this is the master account. Okay, we just need to fill up this information, Akuvox, brand, and the email address. Okay, Akuvox company at gmail.com. Okay, the language, you are going to set the language that people wants to use to receive, in order to receive the Akuvox message. So if I set English, I will receive the message in English, but don't worry, because there are some people that want to use the SmartPlus in a different language, such as, I don't know, maybe Spanish or Arabic or any other one. SmartPlus app follows the phone language. Okay, so if there are some tenants using Spanish or any other language, the SmartPlus app will follow that language, the phone language. All right. What else? Okay, country region, United States. Okay, United States. The landline number. Okay, 786 200 7896. Okay, so this is in case the landline service is enabled. Okay, I just set the country, the region for the telephone calling code, and then I'll fill up this information. Okay, landline number 1, the second landline number, and the third one. So you can use up to 3 of them to be reached in a sequence call, but to those landline service, to those landline numbers, sorry. Well, finally, the accessible floors. This is in case that you're using EC33. EC33 is the lift control, the Akuvox lift control. So EC33 can be also set from Akuvox Cloud. So in case that these tenants will be allowed to get access to these floors, 3 and 7. So when I click submit, okay, company 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I set up my first apartment, okay, with the main account or the master account, as you wish, as you want to name them. Okay, how do we add the devices into the Akuvox Cloud? Okay, it's very simple. There are three different areas: the public area, the building area, and the private area. I'm going to show you what it means. Okay, the public area, it means that if I have different, come to different buildings, this device that I attach here in the public area will download all the community information, will download the access map and contact information for building 1 and building 2. So all these tenants will be registered into this Akuvox device. And how do I add an Akuvox device into the project? Well, come here to public area, click in new. I will choose the device type. It might be a multi-tenant door phone or single tenant door phone, such as R28 or E12, maybe an indoor monitor, a guard phone, or an access control. All right. So you will choose the device type, enter the device MAC address, which is 0 Charlie 1105, and then the rest of it. Okay. Device name and main door. This device name is how people will see the name in SmartPlus. So if you set the name main door, people will see main door in SmartPlus, and the relay name. Okay, so they want to see, if they want to say, okay, I want to see main door, and for unlocking the door, I want to be able to see it as, I don't know, front door. Okay, so you will relay name will be set from front door. So that way they will say, okay, this device is a main door, and this is the front door, because if you have a second relay, you can choose, for example, garage. So they will know what is the device they are going, and what is going to be the relay they want to unlock. Or no, I want to unlock the front door, but I know which one it is. Or I want to unlock the garage. So this is up to the installer and the community, how they want to see the device in Akuvox Cloud in the SmartPlus. Okay. Okay, what's the difference between public area? Because I have intercom devices in public area, but I also have intercom devices in EPCON 1, which is the building number 1, and EPCON 2, which is the building number 2. Okay, if I click here intercom, I can see that I have a new button to do exactly the same thing. Choose the device type, attach the MAC address, enter the device name, and add in the relays that I'm going to need. Relay 1, 2, or maybe 3, according to the device you are choosing. Well, this is very simple. This means that the device that I add into this intercom device for apartment, for building, EPCON building, this device will only download the tenant's information within EPCON. And the devices that I attach into the EPCON 2 will only download the information of tenant within building number 2, which is EPCON 2. So that's the difference between public area, EPCON, and EPCON 2. Okay, this is like a kind of layer for filtering. Okay, so this one will download the whole information, and this one will filter the information for building EPCON, and this intercom device right here will download the information for EPCON 2 and just EPCON 2 in order to filter out. And finally, we can see that within the apartment, when I click here on edit, within the apartment, I can also set an intercom device. So what happens when residents have the monitors? So I come here to intercom device to set the new monitor. Device type, okay, indoor monitor. I will enter the same one, MAC address, same information for all of them. Practically the same information for all of them. MAC, the device name, no, maybe kitchen monitor. And then when I click submit, it will attach the intercom to this specific apartment. So people within this apartment, apartment number 1, will see in a SmartPlus the monitor that they have into the apartment, the intercom for IPCOM building, and the intercom for public area, or maybe the access control, depending if you're using intercom, access control, but it is going to work the same way. But the tenants within this apartment won't be able to see the intercom, which is attached to EPCON number 2, right? That's the difference between public area and private area. Right. We can also download a template to fill the whole information and upload a bunch of tenants to the Akuvox cloud. Okay. Well, this is the example that I got right here. Okay, so buildings, if I said, yeah, okay, edit, okay. Okay, I'm gonna start editing, modifying this one. If I click, okay, IPCOM, floor number 2, this is 45, APT 45, device. Well, I don't care because I already have it. Let's say the installer already attached the device into the cloud. Okay, this is the test. This is going to be Akuvox last name. This is going to, I'm going to make it up, 90@gmail.com. Well, mobile number, there's no need to use it. Okay, telephone calling code, number 1 for USA. And in case that you are using the landline service, you will enter this information. Let's say that I'm going to use the first one. On the call type, okay, analog handset, there's no need to fill up this. We can leave it in blank. And for call type, you can see that if we choose number 0, it means that it will call a SmartPlus and indoor monitors. If we choose number 1, if we enter number 1, it means that it will call through the landline service. And number 2, SmartPlus with landline service as a backup. And that way until number 5. Okay, number 5, which is indoor monitor with SmartPlus as backup, and finally the phone. So it is going to be a sequence call, monitor, SmartPlus, and phone. So I can save this CSV as a CSV in order to upload it to the cloud. Okay, so I can import this one, community template, and then it will start adding the template that I got. Okay, so what my address invalid, please check. Okay, my bad. Okay, what else we can do? Well, here is about the installer account. There's not too much more for showing. This is how you set the community project. I'm going to show you how to set the office project, which is a bit different because what happened in the community and the office. The main difference is office project is focused on access control, but community project is focused on tenants, all right? In order to receive the visitors, in order to receive the package, to be able to create a temporary key for the visitors. So the license is totally different from community to office. In community, when I pay the license, let's say that I pay this license. If I pay the license for apartment number 1, this license will allow me to enter 4 tenants into the apartment, which is the master account, that I already have here. And from master account, I can start adding 3 additional family members for to 4 in total, okay? So when I pay the license, the master from SmartPlus will be able to add the 3 additional family members, okay? That way, the installer is no push to come here to family members in order to add the 3 additional family members. Right now, from SmartPlus, the master of each apartment will be able to fill up this information to allow the family members to get access to SmartPlus. Okay? Console. And now, well, what happened with Office? Okay, the Office project is a bit different. Since it is focused on access control, the license management is a bit different. In this case, you will pay a license per user. In case this user wants to use SmartPlus services, okay? This is totally different than community where you pay a license to allow to get up to 4 members into the apartment. For us, for Office project, it doesn't work that way. It works that way for single tenant, okay? Single family. You will deploy your project here. You will attach the Akuvox devices into the house, and then after registering the master account, master into the house from SmartPlus will be able to add the family members. It works the same way that community, but for us Office project is totally different. It's a single license for a single account. Okay, in the Office, the difference is when I click here, you can see the installer portal will take me to a property manager portal, okay? The property manager portal for community and for Office is totally different, okay? This is right now like a mix between installer and property manager in case that you are going to use Office project. I'm gonna show you within some minutes, within some time, how property manager is shown for community projects. Okay. Okay, let's start deploying the project for an office. What I do is the following. I do exactly the same thing. I start adding the buildings such well, public area, building QS. Let's switch it to IPCOM. Okay. Okay, so now I have my building, which is IPCOM. I can add my device type. It's totally the same way. Okay, 0 Charlie, lane 05. It's device name. Okay, main entrance. Okay, door number 1, door number 2. Okay, the access method. SmartPlus homepage is disabled by default, but if any user wants to be able to unlock from a SmartPlus homepage, well, you can enable this access method, and that's it. That's all you need to do to allow the tenant to unlock the doors from this homepage. Okay. Well, I'm going to focus on this later. Okay. Okay, cancel. So I'm going to click here just a moment. I'm gonna do it with this one, just for showing. Okay. Okay. In this case, I have a public area. Within public area, I already attach a device, R27 device. Okay. I set up my building A. And what happened within building A, I can also add a new device in case that I want to do it. All right. So you can choose to add it into public area or building the same way that I showed you in the community project. All right. Then you need to come here, doors. Sorry, company. company. Before doors, we need to double check the companies. Okay, doors will load it today. This is new one. Okay, so what happened? Within a building, we can have multiple companies. Let's say within building A, we have Ipcom, but also Akuvox and also Acuvela and different companies within the same building. So we can choose to create or deleting company names here. So this is Akuvox Smart Life. I want to add the Ipcom company to my building. Okay, and now it says, okay, Ipcom company will be able to get access to all the devices attached into the public area. All right. So if I don't do this, people won't be able to access to the building with any access method because I need to attach the company to at least a relay in order for end users to get access to it. All right. Good. I chose R27 relay 1 and R27 security relay. But if I don't want people from this company to get access to the security relay, I'm going to disable it and just getting access to relay number 1. Oh, the floors, well, the floors is the same, exactly the same than community in case that we're going to use the lift control, okay? So let's say that ApeCon is floor number 1. So people from this company will have access just to building A, the floor number 1 for the building A. All right. So when I click on submit, okay, it means it will be attached. So if we double check, we can see the IPCON will only have access to relay 1. People from IPCON will have access to relay 1. Then company personal. So as you can see, within this project, I have my IPCON building. And within IPCON building, I can have multiple companies, Akiwatch Smart Life, DHL, Limarix, Smart Glass, SVD. So I'm going to focus on IPCON because in order to start adding personnel to IPCON company, I need to lay out the groups. So human resources, human resources for IPCON. And maybe tech support, IPCON. So within IPCON, I will start creating the groups according how it is structured for technical support, human resources, sales department, management, everything else. And then after getting all these groups, I will be able to start creating the person. So when I click here, new person, I will have to choose the company. In this case, it is going to be for IPCON. And then I have to choose the groups. Well, this is going to be into technical support because I can choose multiple groups. All right. Click here. Okay, first name. Marcos. ID, it may be any number, okay? It's up to the installer, to be honest. Like, okay, if they want to choose the real ID, they can do it, but if the company has an ID per employee, they can use this ID into the Akuvox Cloud for these users to be registered with that ID at the moment to check the access control and the logs. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, well, here comes something which is necessary to understand. If I'm going to use, or if this person will use a SmartPlus service, you need to enable these 2 features. Okay, as you can see, if this person won't use a SmartPlus service, you can leave this disabled. And what it means? Okay, well, this tenant or this end user won't be able to get access or to log into SmartPlus, but will still be able to log into the building using this PIN code, for example, 2345, or the card code CGCV40V3. Okay. Well, this is in case that they are using license plate or UHF antenna. Okay. Fingerprint exists. Okay. Okay. So IPCON technical support. So I just created a new persona which who won't have access to a Smart Plus, but will still have access to R27 device using the PIN code 234519, right? This is how it works because Office projects are focused on access control. And we'll do the same. We'll do the same with all the groups, okay? Human resources. Within human resources, I don't know, maybe Miguel Ruiz with this ID, but Mr. Miguel will have access to Smart Plus. So I'm going to enable these features, choose the card type, and here I will enter the corresponding email address for him to get the QR code to log into the Smart Plus app. Okay, so that's the difference when we enable these two features, display in directory, to be able to search the person in the directory list, and Smart Plus Intercom to allow this tenant or to allow this user to log into Smart Plus. Okay, so I don't know, ipcom 123@gmail.com. Okay. This will have 909087. Okay, good. Now we have a personnel for tech support group, for human resources group. Finally, we need to come here to access group, and you see that there is a full access, which is by default, but we can also lay out new access groups. Let's do IPCON company. I don't know, maybe weekdays. Just weekly from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Okay. 9:50 to 9:50. And this one will be attached to relay 1 in R27. Okay, and that's it. That's all we need to do. And then finally, we just need to come here to the access group to add all the groups to the access group. And that's all we need to do for Office project. That way people will be able to get access to all these devices into the same group, into the access group. And then I will show you the difference between property manager for Office project and for community project. Okay, the difference is the following. At the first moment that you will enter into the community interface or property manager community interface, you will see that it is totally different than Office project. Here we have a different dashboard. Okay, different dashboard. Okay, this is the community project. Okay, we have a different dashboard right here. The first thing we see is authorization, access authorization statistic, community information, some reminders, and the entry record. That you can see that a device will take a photo of every single one who is trying to access to the building. Okay, the second thing we have is the apartment. We can just modify apartment information, okay? Property manager won't be able to delete or adding any apartment. Just modifying apartment information such as garita, contact preference, and the zip or IP call type. Now, from residents, the property manager will be able to add new residents according to the building. Let's say building number 27 to the apartment number 27. Okay. The email address, email gmail.com. And when I click on next, you can see that I can also enter the access type for this specific tenant, such as the PIN code, the RF card, or the facial ID in case that the device supports facial ID, for example, R29, E18, H9112. Okay, the visitor and staff, you can see the access log, but the visitor access log, okay? Because people from SmartPlus will be able to lay out temporal pins, or instead of temporal pins, temporal QR codes for the visitor to get access to the building without having to call in from the intercom to the SmartPlus app. So people will, the property manager will be able to see all these access logs. For example, the name, it is Ignacio Arriaga with this key and this QR code, and the creator, the temporal key creator was Francisco Sanaez. Today at midnight, all right? Well, last night midnight. And the way how it repeats, it is daily, so it means that this person will be able to get access to the building all days within a specific time, from 12 a.m. to, well, to the whole day in this case, okay? But it is possible to modify it. The access group, okay, well, right now here, the property manager will be able to lay out different access group according to, this end user will be allowed to get access to building 1, 2, but not building 3. So property manager will have to lay out the access group according how he wants to manage the community. Maybe if you have some, I don't know, some amenities such as tennis or soccer or any other room, any other location, well, you can lay out the access group for allowing or denying people to access to those places, to those public areas. Okay, these are the logs, the door logs, and the call history, which is going to be kept for 30 days into the Akuvox cloud, no matter how many logs has been done. Okay, well, here it says that the door logs, when it happened on April 23, 2025, 11:48. The device location, in this case, well, this is the name of the location, all right? Initiated by Nancy Blanco. Okay, this is the person who got access to the building, and it was through a PIN code. In this case, it tried to get access using the facial ID, but it wasn't recognized, and this is the action used to try to get access to it. Some of them are success with the corresponding capture, and some of them are not successfully, but it will also be, the device will also take the capture in case that it is success or failed. Well, the same thing happened with call history. You will be able to see who called from entry device to the family call to the receiver. In this case, was a group call, so it was that's why it says the receiver a family call, and nobody answered. In this case, nobody answered. In this case, 10 seconds the call duration. Okay, the messages. Okay, you can lay out new messages. For example, lifter temporarily unavailable. Okay. The whole week. The whole week. Okay. Okay, so you are going to set the title, the content of the message, and then you will see, you will be able to choose who you want to send the message. If you want to send it to the whole community or just specific users, such as these three. So all, in this case, these three tenants will receive the message if I click send. They will receive it into the SmartPlus application, okay? Okay, here in device, this is just for checking. This is just for checking the device's status, okay? If I come here, installers and property managers will be able to get access to the local interface remotely. So when I click here, it will take me to the local interface without having to be into the same network. So Akuvox Cloud will take care of it in order to send the installer directly to the installer to the local interface. Okay. Okay, I won't do it right now. And then finally we have the bookings, the amenities. Okay, we can set new amenities. I don't know, maybe let's say amenity is going to be the pool. Okay, pool available this week. Okay, for the whole residence. Because I can choose, okay, this amenity will be available just for residents into these buildings. In this case, I will set it up for the whole, for all buildings, all right? Okay, I can choose an amenity image. Then I will choose what are the devices attached into this booking. That way, when people or when the visitors try to access to this device, it will be allowed to come in. Okay, if I click next, okay, now I have the reservation information. So the first thing that I'm going to set is the days that this amenity will be available. Since it is weekend, I'm going to set it up for being Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This is the time the amenity is going to be available from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. The maximum duration, it means the maximum amount of time that resident can schedule per reservation. So if I choose 4 hours, it means that the tenants can reserve from 9 to 1 p.m. Okay, this is how it works. The maximum lead reservation is how many days in advance I can reserve. Choose how far in advance a reservation can be scheduled. Okay, so 7 days, but if I put it on 4, it means that people can start scheduling the reservation from Monday to Friday, Tuesday to reserve for Saturday, and that way. That's what I mean maximum lead time. Maximum reservation, it means that select the maximum number of user appointments allowed to at the same time. So I don't know, maybe if I click here, let's say 2, it means that just 2 end users will be able to schedule at the same time in the same day, okay? Maximum key usage account, okay, well, this might be 10. Okay, this means that after that I click on submit, the system will automatically lay out a temporal key in case the visitors are coming into the to the reservation, all right? So if I share this temporal key to 10 visitors, it means that each one will be able to use the temporal key just once, all right? Because I'm setting the key usage account to be 10. So it means that this temporal key will be allowed to be used just 10 times. So, well, I won't click submit because this is a real community. This is just for showing purposes, testing purposes. But when I click here, people in a SmartPlus account will be able to reserve, to schedule, to booking from SmartPlus, okay? And then when any tenant in SmartPlus is booking, I will be able to see the amenity reservations right here. So it will tell me the name of the booker, the building where the booker lives, the apartment number, the day and time, and the status of the reservation, okay? And also the QR code laid out by the system for those visitors who wants to come in case that, for example, if it is a pool or maybe a room party or something like that, well, I'm going to be able to check the QR code sent to those visitors. Finally, the settings. This is just basic settings for maybe modifying some community information, such as the time or basic settings, okay? This is not really important. The most important thing here is that you can modify apartment information, you can add or delete residents, you can lay out access group according how you want to handle the public areas. You can double check the door locks, the visitor door locks in this topic, visitor and staff. If you have an staff, for example, people who goes to the community for maintenance or any other purposes, if they are not going to use SmartPlus, you can set an access for those people from staff. So if I click here in new visitor and staff, going to staff out, click in new. So, okay, well, this person comes for elevator maintenance every 2 weeks. So, I don't know, maybe. Okay, my Bridgecom, 78, 76, the RF card. It is totally similar than adding a visitor, but in this case, I won't attach this number or this name to any apartment because it won't be attached to any apartment. This person will be allowed to get access to the community and that's it. So I just need to fill up the name, the access method used, the access group where this person is going to be, let's say, for example, this one, I don't know, anyone, and the accessible floors or the accessible buildings. Okay, accessible floors to floor number 1. Okay, in case that it applies. And that's it. That's it for staff. Well, besides this, I think that we're running out of time. I wanted to show you as much as possible for installer account, for community office project, but also for property manager portal, because this is really important. That way, the installers doesn't need to take care of everything in the project. So they just need to set up the project. They need to structure the project, add in the devices, attach the main account, the master account of each apartment, and then the property manager will be able to handle it by adding new residents, deleting new residents, laying out access group, but also I need to point out that each tenant from SmartPlus will be able to add their own access method. I mean, each tenant will be able to upload their own facial ID, their own PIN code, and their own RF card code from SmartPlus. Okay, So there's no need for property manager to be aware of everything. Okay. Right now, master of each apartment can do almost everything. Can register family members. They can also register the access method. They can modify the call type if they want to be through SmartPlus account, if they want to get the call through landline number. Okay. So right now, the tenant have the possibility to do many kind of things from SmartPlus, right? I don't know if you want to add something else, Miguel.
No, I think just wait if someone has one question, Marcus. But right now in the panel, I don't have anyone.
What about people who are, let me double check the chat. Well, I don't see any question. If you have any question, we're all available so far. So I don't mind uh, to get back to them if they have any answer, if they have any question.
Okay, if they don't have it right now, just to let you know that you have my email that is miguel.ruiz@epcom.net. If you have any question, any project, and you need help, you can send me an email and I will be in contact with Marcos so we are able to help you in any project that you have. So if you don't have questions right now, I think that's it, Marcos. Thank you so much for your time and all your explanation. That was great, to be honest. So if we don't have questions, thank you everyone to join this webinar and wait for the next sessions that we are going to have more in the next months. So Marcos, thank you so much.
No, thanks to you, Miguel. Thanks to you and to all of them, to all the people that are within this webinar. I want to let them know that we are uh, that if they have any question, they can get in contact with you to set another meeting or a personal training, or if they want to know something about Akuvox or some specific things about Akuvox, we can set a different meeting for each one to explain the better.
Perfect, Marcos. Thank you so much and see you later. Bye.
See you later. Bye bye. Bye bye.